everyone. Welcome to another episode of Diplomas and Doubts. I'm Beatrice.
And I'm Claire, and today our guest is the lovely Gina Garaventa. Gina and I went to the University of Portland together, and we met junior year in our collaborative leadership class. We worked on a group project together and have been friends ever since. We had a really lovely conversation with Gina today about what she's been doing since graduation and how she's on the brink of starting a brand new life. Let's get into it. Hey Gina, thanks for being here.
Thanks so much for having me on.
Let's get right into it.
Cool. So, I'm so excited. So Gina, I personally don't know anything about you, so please tell us about school, where you graduated from, what you studied, all that kind of stuff.
Okay, well, I know Claire. We went to University of Portland together. We had some classes together, but I studied organizational communications in the College of Arts and Sciences. So, yeah, I never changed my mind. Kind of just went with it and never looked back, I guess.
Amazing. Okay, Gina, I have to ask. So, for our listeners who don't know, Gina is the lovely Gina Garaventa. And the Garaventa Center on campus is like, it's a thing. I can't really explain it. I guess I would say it hosts a lot of events. If you put a gun to my head, that's what I'd say about the Garaventa Center. Like, it hosts a lot of lectures and stuff, right? So,
Right.
Gina, I've never known your tie to the Garaventa Center, but I would love to hear what it is. And then I would love to know if, because of that tie, you always knew you were going to go to UP. Is that true?
So the Garaventa Center, I am distantly related to those Garaventas. And it's like a religious center on campus, which if you know me, that's like the opposite of me. So I've never been to the Garaventa Center on campus, probably for that reason.
What a turn of events.
I know.
Wait, do they have a physical location? There's an office,
They do.
Huh? Wow, I've never been either.
Yeah, they have an office. And I've always kind of wanted to go in there and be like, can I talk to the person most in charge? And then have one of the student workers be like, they're busy. And then I'll be like, do you know who I am? And they'll say my name. But
Wait, I'm confused. Can someone explain to me what the center is? Because you just asked if it was a physical place.
It is a physical place. It has an office. Yeah. But it's like a center. It's like they have like religious events. They host different things on campus.
So it's like a hall or something like.
The full name is the Garaventa Center for Catholic Intellectual Life and American Culture.
Wow. Okay.
But when you go to different lectures and guest speakers on campus, and it will say like hosted by the Garaventa Center.
Oh.
That's sort of how I know about it.
I see. Okay. Interesting.
That's why I didn't know it was a physical place, because I just have always gone to the lectures and stuff they host on campus.
Okay, I understand. That's cool. Okay.
Yeah. So I think it's just like a small office that hosts religious and intellectual things.
Gotcha. Fun times.
Yeah. That wasn't a determining factor for me for going to the University of Portland. Actually, so I have 5 older siblings, and 4 of them went to the University of Portland. So it was just kind of not an assumed thing, but I got accepted, and I was like, well, I guess.
It's a family affair that Garaventa's at UP. I love it.
Yeah. It's been quite the ride.
That's cool. Okay, so at UP, what kind of work experience did you have? Did you have an on-campus job or like any internships or something?
I had an on-campus job. So freshman year, I didn't work at all. And then sophomore year, I studied abroad in London for the first semester, so fall semester. And while I was over there, I was looking for jobs on campus because I knew when I came back, I wouldn't be living on campus. So I was going to need some kind of income to help support that. Mm-hmm. So I was looking at the student job board, and I got a job in the College of Arts and Sciences, working in their just main office with the advisors and the dean of students and things like that. So I did that for about a year and a half, almost 2 years. And then I got an internship at a company in Hillsboro that does electron microscopy in their marketing division. So I went from the on-campus job into that internship my beginning of senior year.
Oh,
How
okay.
did you get that internship, Gina, and what kind of work did you do there?
So it was a fluke. I don't know how I got in because I have no idea. I had no idea what electron microscopy was. And it was like that time, when you just kind of canvass your resume and you fill out every application you find because you just need a job that isn't your current job. So I found it on Indeed, actually, and I got asked if I wanted to come in for an interview. So I went in, and then the next week they offered me the internship position. So in the position, I just kind of did a mix of things. It was like some social media, some like technical stuff using like Adobe Suite, so editing different papers and things like that. And just kind of a hodgepodge of whatever the marketing team needed, I was there to kind of help out with. So I liked it in that aspect because I got to experience like all the different kinds of jobs that they had on the marketing team. And I got to work with everybody. So I got to see what they kind of did. And my manager was super great because we would meet once a week and just kind of talk about what I was doing, what I needed help with. And every time he would always ask me, is there anything you want to learn more about that you haven't been doing? Do you want to do some video editing? Do you want to do some website coding, anything like that? So he was really, really nice and supportive, trying to get me to learn whatever I wanted to and really take full advantage of the internship. So that was really nice.
How long did that internship start out being? Because I know that it was quickly extended, right?
Yeah, so it started out as a 6-month internship because the company was being acquired at the time. So my boss didn't know if they would like allow a year-long internship or anything like that. So it started out as 6 months. And then once 5 months came around, they asked if I wanted to extend it another 6 months. So I was all about it. I was all for it. And yeah, so we extended, and I didn't even make it the full like year of my internship. They hired me right after graduation.
Oh, nice. That's cool. So speaking of graduation, how did it feel to graduate, knowing that you already have like a full-time position lined up?
It was really nice, and whenever anybody would ask me about it, I would always say like, I am a very lucky because I have a job ready. I'm not worried about anything. Like I'll graduate Sunday and go into work on Monday. It's just the usual easy thing. So I was super lucky. And, anybody that would ask, oh, what are your plans for after graduation? And I'd say, oh, I have a job actually ready to go. And they were always like, oh my gosh, you're so lucky. And I was like, yeah, I know. So it took a lot of the stress off, which was really nice.
That's cool. Yeah, we talked a lot about, at least I talked a lot about being super stressed after graduation and being incredibly jealous of the people that already had jobs lined up. But that's like a really big accomplishment. So that's really cool.
Yeah. And I just got so lucky with the internship I had because they were so nice and, they gave me a lot of responsibility and I was able to really take that and kind of own it. And I think they really liked that I was like, I don't know, confident enough to just kind of do it and not be worried about it. So I think they liked that, and that's why they wanted to keep me on.
That's cool.
Gina, your last day at this company was Friday. Congratulations.
It was.
Why don't you walk
you.
us through how you decided it was time to move away from the company?
So with this, as I said, I started with a 6-month internship because the company was being acquired. So I got to see the company beforehand and also during the acquisition, and now kind of at the end of the acquisition where we're this new company. And throughout that whole time, I was a little hesitant because I really liked the small company as it was before when I first got hired. So kind of seeing this transition into a company that was like 3,500 people, which, is now 65,000 plus employees, really kind of made me realize that I hate big companies. Just because, everything I do now, there's so much more red tape. There's so many more steps. I feel like I really couldn't do my job because I wasn't used to these different and new processes that they had in place. I was doing social posting. So one of the main things is, putting posts up about different webinars, new products, publications that had used our tools. And one of the things that was really stupid is like to do a social post to get it up on our social sites, it took like 2 days. So I'd have to schedule it. It would have to go through legal approval. It would then have to be approved by like the corporate marketing social people, and then it could go up on social media. So that was one of the things that just like really made me so mad and kind of reflected in my eyes what this new big company would kind of be as a whole, if that makes sense. Like so many rules, so many new steps to go over. And I know that's necessary in a big company, but it's also frustrating because we had the smaller company where we were doing this ourselves. We had never had any problems. And now you kind of like throw us into this, goes from like 2 steps to like 24 steps to post something. So in my eyes, it just kind of reflected what this new company was going to be bringing to the table in all aspects. And I really didn't like it. So for the past few months, I've been thinking about kind of what my next steps would be and what I'd want to do if I wasn't at the company. And something I had always thought about actually while I was at the University of Portland was going into nursing. So at University of Portland, the nursing school is very, very competitive and hard to get into. So it wasn't really an option to transfer into the nursing school while I was at UP. So now I'm headed back to school, actually, starting in a few weeks. I'll start classes to get my Bachelor's of Science in nursing.
Nice. Congrats. That's awesome.
Thanks. Yeah. So it's a total
for
career
sure.
change.
So you have kind of like an interest in science and stuff, more or less. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think so.
I'd hope so. That's cool. So at this company that you just left, what was your most valuable part of it or experience that you had?
Valuable experience.
Or just something that you took away from it?
Yeah. It's always so funny when it's like thinking of a valuable experience. And I'm like, what did I do? I edited application notes and put stuff on LinkedIn. I really liked the people I worked with. They were fantastic, and I made some amazing friends there. And what was kind of funny is that I was definitely the youngest on our team by like 20 years or more. So it was kind of fun being in a new environment with, I don't want to say older people, but there were older people, and making friends and with these people and being able to, I don't know, like, I don't know what I'm trying to say.
No, you're fine.
Like making friends with like another generation almost.
Yeah.
Something that I wouldn't normally go out and try and be friends with these people if I was like at a bar,
Right.
So it kind of gave me the opportunity to meet people I normally wouldn't, I would say.
Yeah, I feel you on that because I work with a lot of older people right now, and it was just, even though maybe the age gap isn't huge, I still feel like I'm 18, and all these people are way older than me, and it's just so weird having to, become an adult in 2 seconds and have like, oh, how's the weather today? You know what I mean? So I totally feel you on that. But it's cool to, meet new people, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely is. And last night we like went to one of my old coworkers had a birthday party, and that was really fun because I like went and hung out with like this older group of people, and we all got nice and drunk together, and it was
nice.
Great.
That sounds fun.
So Gina, in order to start your new life, to go back to school, you moved back home to Salem, Oregon. How does that feel?
It's actually pretty fantastic. I think one of the main reasons
Gina loves Salem.
I've been trying to get Claire to move to Salem too, because Salem's awesome. Claire, you don't even know.
No, I believe you.
Beatrice, you can come too. Like, I know you're in Vegas,
Thank you.
but whatever.
Yeah.
Like, leave it
Salem
behind.
sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's up and
for sure.
coming. It's a hopping place.
That's cool.
But yeah, I moved home in February, and I think one of the things that makes it so I was nervous about it at first, but I think one of the things that makes it a really easy transition is that my parents have been so awesome about it. I know a lot of people when they move back home, they're like, "Oh my God, I have to live with my parents. Like it's the end of the world." And that was definitely like some of my thought when I moved back in. But my parents have always been pretty lenient and pretty trusting, which probably wasn't the best in high school, but now it's super nice. So, I'm able to come and go when I want. There's like, I'll do grocery shopping trips with my dad, and it's really fun, and I really like it. It's kind of less of being around your parents and more of being around like cool friends, if that makes sense. I feel like nobody says that about their parents, but they're just really great and super relaxed, and they're so sweet. I in the mornings when I would go to work, I had to leave really early because I would commute up to Hillsboro. So it's about a little over an hour drive there to get to work in the morning. And on my last day, they had put a note and some chocolate in my lunchbox. It was so sweet. So I like opened it up at lunch. I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah,
That's
they're just
so
really
cute.
great. And so it's made this super nice and a super easy transition.
Nice. So when are you starting school again?
So I start school April 2nd. So I have a week of spring break.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I made sure I had some break. Yeah, pretty much.
Party.
I'm gonna head out and go wine tasting later today, so I'm super excited.
Ooh.
But yeah, a little bit of a break.
Nice. So how does it feel to be going back to school? Did you miss going to school? So now you're kind of like, oh, I'm into it, or are you kind of nervous, or what's up?
I'm a little nervous because on graduation day I was like, never again. People are talking about grad school already, and I'm never doing it. I'm over it. School is done. And here I am, like less than a year later, being like, so I start classes. So I am a little hesitant, a little nervous, but I mean, why not just do it now if I didn't really like my job? And worst case, I come out with 2 degrees and I can do, either communications or marketing, or I can do nursing, or I can just like marry somebody with a lot of money. So I have a lot of options.
There you go.
No, Gina. That's not the moral we're trying to share on
Claire,
diplomas
that's
and
always
doubts.
an option.
Oh my gosh. Gina, I support you in everything. Marry 1,000 rich men. I'll support you all the way. Gina, can you talk to us a little bit about the new job you're going to be starting as well?
Yes. So I got a part-time job at a doctor's office in Salem. So I'll be at the front receptionist person some of the hours out of the week. And I have
We love a receptionist here.
Okay, not gonna lie, it's a super fun job because you get to meet like different people all day, and if you don't like somebody, they leave eventually. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
But I haven't started orientation for that. Orientation is actually the first week of classes, so I'm gonna miss my biology class and lab, which I'm a little worried about. But I've been talking with the professor, and hopefully I'll be able to go in and chat with her a little more and make up anything we do. But the orientation for my job is 4 days long.
Wow.
So we'll see how
Wow.
it goes. I think I just have to learn all their new systems and all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah. Gina, we're so proud of you starting a new life. I've always been so impressed with you. Can you tell us what you're most excited about with your new life?
oh my gosh, you're so sweet, Claire. What I'm most excited about. So I am a baby person, like through and through. I love babies. They're my favorite. And so one of my main goals, at least for now, is to be maybe a labor and delivery nurse. And I'm most excited about like reaching that goal and being able to just like be in that situation and see that firsthand for like the first time. So
Oh, that's so sweet. That's so
Wow.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
cute. That's awesome. Okay, so if you could go back to graduation day, for undergrad, of course, what advice would you give yourself?
Well, I mean, since I had a job lined up, I was pretty like cool, calm, and collected on graduation day. So that was really nice.
Yeah.
But I would say, like, you can have a plan at any moment, but that plan can change so quickly. Because, like, for example, I mean, I was thinking about school, and then I kind of just decided one day, I was like, well, might as well just do it now. So plans can change so fast, and even if they change and you're not expecting the change, it's not like it's not a bad change if it's, something you're not expecting or something that kind of threw a wrench in your original plan. So, yeah,
That's cool.
plans change, and it's a good thing.
For sure.
Well, Gina, anything else you want to talk about with us?
I don't think so. I don't know. I'm just kind of figuring it out as I go, I guess.
We're proud of you. I think you're doing great, Gina.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I'm so excited.
I'm excited to
like,
go visit you in
start.
Salem.
I am excited for you to come visit me in Salem. Beatrice, you're welcome to come as well. I'll show you all the hot spots.
Thank you.
Beatrice is like, not a chance.
Listen, I'm down. After living in Vegas, I am down for anything, honestly. I'm so excited. I've never been to Salem. It sounds like a great time.
It is, yeah. And that's like a new thing to say, that it is a great time. I mean, it never was when I was originally here, so.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining us, Gina.
Of
We
course.
appreciate your time. We had a great time. And the best of luck at nursing school. You're going to do fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so
We
much for
believe in
having
you,
me.
Gina.
Oh, at least you guys do. I'm still hesitant. But it'll be great. I'm excited.
Beatrice, I loved that conversation with Gina. She never fails to impress me. I'm so impressed that she's taking steps to go back to school and start a new life. I love that. A whole new career path.
She is a delight. I just met her for the first time. She's so sweet, and I think she's going to do great things with her life, honestly. She seems like she has a very bright future ahead of her. So this week, our podcast is brought to you by calling your parents and asking them to do your taxes for you. Because personally, I don't know the first thing about doing your taxes. Like, where do I start? I have no idea, not even the slightest clue. So I just sent all that to my dad, told him thank you, let me know when I get my tax return, and that is it.
That's amazing. My sweet, wonderful father also did my taxes. Dad, I'm so sorry I had 4 W-2 forms. That's obnoxious. And I'm so happy to report everybody my tax returns. I owed the state of Oregon $87, but the feds are supposed to send me $200. So that's your good news for the day, everyone.
That is very exciting.
You know what else is going to be exciting, Beatrice?
What's going to be exciting?
Our next episode of Diplomas and Doubts. No guests, but a big announcement. I cannot wait to chat with you about it. Everyone, Tune in. Honestly, I promised you a good update, and I'm going to give it to
you. Big announcement. I know the announcement already, and it's a good one. It's a big one. It's an exciting one. There's going to be a drum roll. There's going to be special effects. There's going to be audible confetti.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait. Honestly, I'll probably cry, everyone. It's going to be a good time.
It's going to be great. Can't wait for that episode. But until then, thank you for joining us this week for this week's podcast. We had a great time. We hope you had a great time. See you next week.
See you next week.